Hey everyone, I want to spend a little bit of time today going over an often overlooked tool in Canvas called Canvas Collaborations. Collaborations will give you the opportunity as a class to work within virtual groups with students, instructors, as many as you want or as little as you want. So maybe you can't get together in person, you create a collaboration using Microsoft Word or a PowerPoint or a Excel spreadsheet, and you can work together even though you might not necessarily be together. The beautiful thing about it is it allows you to access this shared item, the Word file or the spreadsheet or the PowerPoint, right within Canvas. So let me make sure that I give you a quick overview on that so you have more of an idea what it is that you need to do. First things first, I'm acting as a test user here. The test user, as you can see, is actually a student profile within Canvas. So what that tells you is that students can generate the collaborations and start the collaborations. It doesn't have to be something that the instructor sets up. If you do not see collaborations on your navigation bar, let your instructor know that they need to update that so that you have access to that, because without that, you cannot take part in collaborations. So first things first, let's click on the link to Canvas Collaborations and Course Navigation, and that will bring us to the Collaborations area. And there's going to be a little overview in terms of how you do this. And you notice by default that they're going to ask you to use Google Docs. We're going to roll with Microsoft Office. For those of you that are not familiar, we actually have an Office 365 integration in Canvas, which will allow you to access any of your Office files, your OneDrive files, wherever they're stored. Well, they're stored on OneDrive, but you can access those right within Canvas using that integration. So what you're going to do as you're setting this up is the first thing you need to decide is what type of item are you going to use. Are you going to use a Word file, Excel file, or PowerPoint? For this example, we'll use a Word file. We'll then give it a name. For this one, we will call it and then we'll give it a quick description. There we go. Now you have the option to choose who you would like to collaborate with. If there are groups set up in your course, then they will be available on the Groups tab. But we're just going to select a couple test users, fellow test users, and I'm also going to include myself, because keep in mind I'm acting as a student right now, and I want to make sure that I include myself so I can show you a couple other items as we progress through this. Once you have a type picked out and you have a name and a description and you've added some collaborators, you can click Save, and that will take you to the next screen where you are ready to start collaborating. Now what you'll notice is once those tabs open up in a new window, you'll actually get notifications that you've been invited to a collaboration, as will the other individuals that have been invited as well. So everybody's going to be notified that, hey, you are now part of a collaboration in whatever course it is. And you can see that opens right up in your Word Online. You always have the option to edit it in the Word app if you'd like to do that. You can see right here there's a link to that. But you can start adding content. We're going to be very literal here. And this will also, if we go back to our Canvas tab, you'll notice that it actually took us to the collaborations area. And this is where we're going to go if we were to leave this document. So if I were to get out of there, close some tabs down, I need to do something else in Canvas, I could always come back to Course Navigation and the Collaborations button, and my collaboration will be waiting for me. And all I have to do is click on that. That will actually take me right to Office or Word Online, and I can get right back to the action. The nice thing is that you can access it within Canvas, but if you didn't want to access it within Canvas for whatever reason, you can also go to your OneDrive. Those of you that are not comfortable with accessing files in your OneDrive, for example, maybe it takes you to your email every time, all you need to do is click on this matrix or these breadcrumbs up here and click on OneDrive, and it will take you there as well. To find this file that was shared with you, you're going to have to click on Shared with Me. And once you do that, you're going to see that collaboration is right there available to you. If you open it up, it will display just like you saw when you accessed it via Canvas. The only other item when you open it through OneDrive is you're going to have to click on Open, and you're going to have to decide if you want to edit it in Word Online or Word. In most cases, I would recommend just using the Word Online version. That'll get you up and running right away. If you like to do more robust type edits and formatting, Word Online doesn't have as much detail as the desktop version of Word does, so that might be something you want to think about depending on what it is that you're trying to accomplish with this collaboration. But as far as that goes, that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know as far as the collaboration goes. If this is something that you're going to have to turn in, you can share this web address as a turn-in option, provided that your instructor has allowed web URLs or the Office 365 uploads as part of the turn-in option. And if they have questions, they can contact the service desk and we can make sure that we get them set up with that. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something today. And like I said, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact the service desk. Have a great day.